Hello and welcome everybody to this week's Market Share, the short weekly segment brought to you by MKR, where we bring you all of the noteworthy news and updates surrounding digital media and the world today. My name's Genevieve, and we've got some really cool stories this week, so let's get right into it. First up, App Annie recently released some insights on the evolution of social media apps, from Google to Walmart to SoundCloud and many in between. Downloads of social apps since 2010 have grown immensely, from 200 million to over 74 billion. In Q2 of 2021, cumulative spend on social apps has gone up to $22.2 billion, meaning that even though there were a lot of early adopters, social apps are still in very high demand and growing. While looking at the hours spent in social and communication apps by quarter, no one can be surprised that 2020 had a huge growth in this area, but overall it's seen steady growth over the last 3 years. Live streaming has become a huge part of consumer desire, which explains why people have shifted to a video-first social experience, especially on apps like YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. Next up, let's talk about Mars, the company, not the planet, and how they measure the emotional impact of video ads. Their new AI tool can track eye and mouth movement to gauge whether a campaign is resonating or whether it still needs further adjustments. In a world where ad time is getting shorter and brands have limited time to make an impact, using digital measurement to measure emotional response is definitely more effective than survey questions like, "How did you feel about this ad?" This new tool has allowed the company to draw a clearer line from brand messages to sales, and hopefully someday they can produce real-time feedback leading to faster turnarounds. As the industry goes to shorter and shorter formats, a new tool to help provide insights on whether the ad emotionally connects enough can make a world of difference. Next up in our line of new features is Twitter Communities. Apparently, Twitter is testing out this new feature that kind of feels like a mix between Facebook groups and Reddit. Although it's still in the testing phase, it will give people a dedicated place to connect, share, and get closer to the discussions that they care most about. People on Twitter can create communities and enforce community rules for members to keep conversations informative, relevant, and fun. As of right now, you will have to be invited to the community by either a moderator or another member, and then you'll receive 5 invitations to send out to others. Tweets sent in the community are different from ones sent to your followers' timelines, as they'll only show up in this community thread. All apps have tried to foster a sense of community, especially after the isolating time of COVID, so it's not surprising that Twitter would continue to search for a way to figuratively bring people closer together. Last up this week, Instagram is testing out a new favorites feature, where you can pick certain profiles that you want to see higher up in your feed. Although it may seem like the close friends feature, favorites show what profiles are most important to you, instead of just limiting who can see and not see your stories. Instagram wants to show you what you want to see most, rather than only sorting content by most recent and most shared posts. We'll see how long it takes to determine if this new Instagram feature flops or flies. That's all for this week's Market Share. My name's Genevieve, and I'll see you all next week.